Hi everybody, welcome to the show. Today we've got Orsi, who empowers teams to deliver value. She is a delivery manager, a Scrum master, and she's a coach. And without further ado, let's go over to Orsi. Hi Orsi, how are you?
Hi Mandy, thanks, I'm good.
Good,
Happy
brilliant.
to be here and I'm excited.
Well, it's lovely to have you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for coming on the show. And it's the first time we've met face to face.
Yes.
So we've spoken loads on virtually.
Yeah.
But to see you in person, it's different, isn't it? It's so lovely.
I love it.
How do you say your full name?
Okay, so I come from Hungary.
Mm-hmm.
I always try to make it simple for everyone in the UK or in any other countries.
Yeah.
So my full name sounds Orsolya, Alapi.
Wow.
But Orsolya is Hungarian version of Ursula. And I only use it in formal settings.
Okay.
I don't really like Orsolya. My mother used to call me when I did something bad. So.
Okay. Well, we shall call you Orsi.
Thank you.
So welcome. You feel okay? You ready?
Yeah.
Okay, wonderful. So, Orsi, one of the things that I think people often may not ask, but may be thinking is, where did you come from? You know, how did you get here? So what are your early career moments, would you say, that shaped you? So how did you get to here?
Okay. It was a long journey and it was a little bit squiggly as well. So when I was a child, from childhood, I was interested in tech. I was a geek. I used to love video games, computer games. I think I got that from my father, but I never was a fan of math or physics or this kind of subjects in school. So I picked a different direction. But I always had that in the back of my mind that it would be good to work in tech. And then later in my life, a lot of friends of mine and the partner of mine at the time was working as a software developer. So I just got to know a lot of things about software development. And that's how I got to know about software testing. And I got interested in that. But first I thought that I couldn't do that because I don't know how to code. That was not really for me.
Yeah.
And then one friend of mine was working at a software company back in Hungary. And he said that, this company is hiring for testers and they would train you from scratch. So he encouraged me to apply for a job and I got that. And that's how it started.
And you enjoyed doing the testing when you joined?
Yeah. I learned a lot. And actually, I think after the first 3 months when my probation passed, I started to train others for the project I was working on. And I also became a mentor. I started mentoring newcomer testers. So I did the same what people did for me when I joined. And I really loved that. And I started to work with distributed teams. So there was a team in Vietnam. So despite the time difference, I was training 2 testers for the project. So we always met in the morning, obviously just online. But yeah, it took a couple of weeks to train them. But this is how I started to be more involved in mentoring and training others. And then I became a regular mentor. So this is how I was actually promoted. This is how I got an opportunity to go to Vietnam for 2 months.
Oh, lovely.
To work with the colleagues there and, improve collaboration, work on projects together.
Wonderful.
And that was great, yeah.
And early on in your career, did you have somebody who was quite a big influencer for you?
Yeah. So there, I had a manager. So she was a test manager in one of the projects we were working on. And I became a deputy test manager there. And when I started to work with her, she had a big impact on how I understood quality work and just embracing failure. Because basically she was the one who the first time could support me in a way that she said that, everyone is going to make mistakes. And failure is not a bad thing. How would you learn anything if you don't fail, if you never fail? And that just really struck with me, and that really shaped how I started to think about it, how I embraced just that as a part of development, self-development, or helping others to develop. And then there was later a Scrum Master who I was working with, and he also said that fail is basically first attempt in learning, and I really love that.
That's brilliant.
Yeah, I used that phrase often with my teams later on when I became a Scrum Master as well.
What is a Scrum Master? Because people out there watching may not know.
Okay, I understand that that's a little bit easy to misunderstand, because people would tend to think that only has to do with Scrum. Scrum is a framework within Agile. And Scrum Master is basically an accountability, a role within that framework who helps facilitating conversation and helping teams to deliver value and unlock their potential, and helping them to reach their goals, whatever the company's or the team's goal would be, in a specific way, following the rules of Scrum. And that's what I started doing. But, there is often the theory and there is the real life, which is always a little bit different. There is I never observed pure Scrum. And I never wanted people to just think that just because I'm called a Scrum Master, I only can teach or help people do Scrum. So I was using Kanban as well. I was helping with, I utilized some things from Lean as well. So basically, it's a role where mostly what you were doing is communication, facilitation, unblocking teams, managing risks or dependencies, and just making sure that whatever the goal and the vision is for the given project or company, given the context, you would enable team to reach that goal as much as you can. And you're trying to also empower them to work individually, help them to think.
So really, it's quite a skill, isn't it? A Scrum Master, it's like, you're delivering to these goals, but then you're also quite into how do you empower the team. It's quite a skill.
I would say you need a lot of people skill, and you need a lot of communication skill, negotiation, conflict management. So you need to be a people person, basically. You need to have empathy.
Wonderful. So your initial influencer, mentor, really kind of set that scene for you about the failing, that actually failing is good, so it's not bad, which is brilliant. And what about currently now? So what's your sort of current, because you've done coaching as well, haven't you?
I did. So I became an Agile coach as well, because I moved away from, as I said, like purely just facilitating Scrum. I was training people in teams outside of the tech teams I was working with. Like I mentored a marketing manager, and in the end, she and the whole marketing team within the company got certified in Agile in marketing.
Wow.
So they just really enjoy that kind of ways of working, and they adopted it with the whole team. And I started my journey in coaching as well, because I just realized that I wanted to just deep dive more into understanding how to really help people to think. So sometimes you need to direct people, sometimes you need to tell them what to do or how to do certain things. But often what I realized is that success comes from just sitting back and then just watch them to grow and helping them with just a few questions or just guiding them without directing them. Often just when you empower someone, then the magic starts to happen. Yeah.
So if you say to somebody, oh, you just sit back and watch them, people would think, well, how can that help?
So
can you share a bit more about
that's a lot of work in the background. I mean, I think first you need to understand a lot about psychology, dynamics between people. Also, there is this thing what we say in connected to coaching is asking powerful questions. And I think people might misunderstand what asking powerful question is. So when you're a coach or in the Agile setting, it doesn't mean you are only asking questions. It's balancing when you teach, when you train, when you mentor, and when you coach. So you have these different stances. But I just learned that coaching is a really useful aspect. And sitting back means that sometimes, we don't know what is in other people's brains, how they think. They say a lot of things, but they don't necessarily say what they think. They sometimes don't even know what's going on inside them, just like that. So you need to ask questions to dig deeper. And often when you help them with certain questions, they will find the best solution for them. You might have seen that in other contexts other than work, that a friend is approaching you and they just want to talk out things. They don't want you to tell them what exactly they should do. They know deep down what they want to do, they just don't know yet. And then what you can do is asking questions. What's important for you? Why is it important? How would that look like? And you can use that as a work context. And I learned that, for that you need to be comfortable with silence, because sometimes people won't answer right away. Sometimes they will say, I don't know. And then they start to think. And you need to be comfortable sitting there sometimes with a big pause, saying nothing. Don't interrupt them. And I became quite comfortable with that silence.
So this is where you talk about the magic is happening.
Yeah.
So this is really something, obviously somebody who's trained understands that pause and the questions.
Yeah.
And do you feel like that's really helped you?
Yeah, I mean, one of the elements of the coaching course I attended, that was last year, I finished this year actually, that not only did I learn a lot about neuroscience, neuroplasticity, dynamics, different coaching approaches, but I learned so much about myself, because part of it is learning or observing or understanding how you are in this situation. How can you show up in your best self to create that space for others, to be there for them, to support them the best way, what's good for them. So I learned there's a lot of elements of self-awareness in there. And I just love self-development. I'm in a journey for a long time, and I just learned so much about myself as well.
And we continue, don't we? We continue to learn about ourselves as life throws different things at us, or it unfolds certain things. And wow, so much we've covered already. Let's do a 60-second.
Okay.
Little 60-second. These are just silly little questions.
Okay.
Now, here is your opportunity, okay? If you had to change your job title to match your personality, what would that be?
What would that be?
Or it could be something you want it to be,
I don't know if I could describe that in one word.
Okay.
I saw once I saw that on LinkedIn, Stephen Bartlett was recruiting for his team, and he shared a job called like happiness manager, or like head of happiness or chief of happiness. And it was like a role where you would be involved in, you know, like ensuring that people, you know, have everything they need as part of their daily job. And I like that. So maybe something similar.
Yeah. There's a lot to be said, isn't there, about the environment being, you know, I don't know, happy is probably overdoing it, but positive, maybe there's something there. If there's an environment that's
fulfilled, relaxed.
Yeah. Nice, lovely. So you spoke about like how important it is for you to show up. Can you like talk about that? You know, like obviously like the self-awareness piece is important, but how do you then handle things? You know, because you know we know that systems and situations are dynamic. So how do you show up in situations? How do you do that?
I think what's important is that you know your whys. You know why you are somewhere and what you want to achieve, and also you are aware of the fact that everyone has their own story, and we are people, right? So sometimes people have bad days. You don't know what's going on with some people. So that's also something I learned through coaching, that, you know, you need to practice being non-judgmental. And it became really important for me. Because you see things on the surface, but you don't know what's happening behind the scenes. So in order to, you know, be your best self, you need to look after yourself first. Making sure that, you know, just the basics. You had enough sleep. You had enough food. You're hydrated. So you're calm to go and then be your best, and maybe manage conflicts or being in uncomfortable situations. Negotiating with others when it comes to disruptions or sudden changes or any kind of issues that you would need to resolve. You need to be really self-aware to make sure that you are not act like just based on your feelings, but you need to have some sort of like grounded, stable, I'm not sure how to say it, but just be self-aware.
I mean, it's tricky, isn't it? It's really, I think, you know, being the kind of like, you know, non-judgmental, being impartial, it is tricky. But I suppose if you put yourself in that stance, it's something that you can then keep practicing.
And it doesn't mean that you always will be non-judgmental. But what you have to do is recognizing that you had a thought, and maybe you were silently judging something. Okay, I just did that, and then let it go. And just remind yourself why you're there, what is happening, who are the others around you. So really kind of being your own critique, like being your own critical thought. You need to be very conscious, I guess, all the time. Do you have any kind of a tool to help with that? Is it? I wouldn't say meditation because I'm not an expert. I would rather say like mindfulness. Just being in the present. And just these things that I mentioned, looking after yourself, looking after your body, recognizing your own needs and keeping healthy boundaries. I remember one of the courses that I did, again, it was the coaching, and we were told, you know, just remember you've got the good and the evil. You know, to keep that balance. And I think for me that's
is really vital.
Yeah.
The knowing everybody's got it. Everybody's got that good and evil in them. But you as a coach, or you as a Scrum master, or delivery manager, you're really holding that space in that impartial way. It's tricky. It's tricky, especially if you've got deadlines and goals to achieve.
Because you would need to understand others' perspectives. That's where the non-judgmental part comes in, that you might not agree on certain things, but you're not there to agree or disagree. You are there to facilitate the conversation. You are there to make sure that people are aligned, and that they just have all the information they need in order to make a decision or make a change.
Brilliant. So a question for you, can you walk us through a recent big decision, and how did you make it?
Okay. So probably that would be how I decided to be a coach. So I already mentioned that I just felt that in order to help people even more, I wanted to dive deeper a little bit to understand, the magic behind the powerful questions and what is coaching about. That often is mixed with consulting or mentoring. It's not the same. Like, what I learned is coaching by the standards of ICF, the International Coaching Federation, and they say that that's basically about you are not directing anyone, you are helping them to have their own answers. But basically, when I realized that I'm interested in that and I want to learn it, first it was just a thought that I'm interested in that. Because I was even thinking about, I love psychology. I'd like to learn more about neuroscience and just how to understand people more. And I spent like weeks or maybe even a month just let that sink in. I just feel that I'd like to learn. So I love learning. And I was even considering, should I just go to uni and learn about psychology? But I was like, oh my God, no, I just don't want to spend like years and years in a uni. And, I need to work, I need to earn money. So
it's a bit of a balance.
That's maybe a little bit too much. But I just recognized that I had the most fulfillment when I could see the impact I'm bringing for people when I actually let them be themselves and unlock their potential and come up with their own solutions and it just really helped me to recognize I feel happy when I do that. And the way I approached it, I realized that, okay, probably coaching is a good way to do that. To learn about that. And then I just started to look at like different training providers. So I'm quite pragmatic. I just made a list about what I want to get out of the training, what I want to learn, what I want to achieve. I wanted something which is ICF accredited. Because that's what everyone knows.
It's a good standard.
And that's a good standard, So you would know that if you have ICF accreditation, you know what you're doing. And there were quite a lot of training providers, and then I started to attend like taster sessions.
Okay.
And I looked at the curriculum, and then I picked one provider, and it was a great decision. And so it was once a week in the evenings, with a cohort of maybe we were like roughly like 20 people. And I met a lot of amazing people. I saw some of them in September in person. And I started practicing coaching as well. So basically this is how I approached it.
Nice, lovely. Very good. And you're enjoying it, I can tell.
Yeah. So I still practice. So I got my diploma from the training provider, but I'm still working towards my ICF accreditation. For that I need to get more coaching hours. So, yeah.
Wonderful. Well, good luck with that.
Thank you.
So what would be your top advice for someone who's just starting out?
Starting out, you mean like in their career or in a similar field?
Similar field, yeah.
Okay. Maybe it would be just a general advice, independent from the career, but just make sure that you learn a lot. Make sure that you can practice it. And find communities. Yeah. Because there are amazing people out there. So LinkedIn helped me a lot. This is how I found you.
Yeah, we did. That's how we found each other.
Yeah. So just being part of a community, having people around you who you can learn from. Yeah. Just exchange thoughts. It's really important. Yeah. So not just the theory, but the practice, the people. Yeah. And also it begins with understanding why you want to pick a certain career. Yeah. What's the reason behind it? What's your why? What's the end goal? Yeah. So just knowing what drives you.
Yeah, it's very important.
Yeah. And looking after yourself as well.
Yeah. No, purpose is so important. Yeah. Right, you ready for another 60-second?
Yeah.
So, okay, so I ask this a lot, this question, because I find it's really fun, actually.
Okay.
What are you terrible at, but you secretly enjoy?
Oh, that's a good question. I'm not sure.
I'll tell you mine.
Okay.
I'm terrible at sprinting, but I always do it, and I do enjoy it because I push myself. I'm not very good at it, but I secretly just enjoy, when I just say, right, that's it, you're going to go for a sprint. And I just secretly enjoy it. I know I'm not good at it. But,
okay. My answer might be weird. I'm terrible at getting up early. I'm not a morning person. Okay. Every time I manage to, I enjoy it that I did.
Oh my goodness, that's amazing. So you enjoy... So secretly you're enjoying it, but it's really tough.
Yeah, I mean, I don't enjoy getting up early. I enjoy when I achieve that. When I need to get up early to get ready for something. For example, if I need to get up really early, which didn't really happen recently, but there were like times when, I had to travel and I got up really early. Yeah. And then I could just enjoy the early morning, like in the city.
It's beautiful, isn't it?
There is
so
no
calm,
crowd. When the weather is nice,
it's
some
wonderful.
Sunshine.
I used to go,
I can appreciate that. But I'm not a morning person. My brain functions better late.
Oh, beautiful. So that actually takes us to the next section really well, actually. How do you define success for yourself?
I think success for me is, from a professional point of view, to make a positive impact, to be able to help others. That's the biggest joy for me, when I can see that I did something and it really helped someone, whether it's like a one-on-one conversation, a coaching session, or helping a team, or solving some problems and just guiding them, and then just watching when something clicks for them, and then okay, we know where to go from now. That's great. And also just overall, just having balance in my life, to have some fulfillment from my professional life, but also, having enough time for things that I enjoy doing outside of work, having time for friends and people I care about and family. Have a good sleep. I love sleeping. Yeah,
that's wonderful. So helping others, having balance, having a good sleep.
So I think it's important that you don't measure success with looking at what you shouldn't compare yourself to others. So just because someone said that success means you would need to reach this or this goal, you need to be aware of what your goals are or what you want to achieve, and success can be very, very different from everyone,
definitely
for everyone. And so I think just finding that balance, that I feel a sense of accomplishment every day. I could do something that helps others. I also have time for myself, time to rest, time to learn something, time to spend with people I love.
How do you keep the balance between that sort of work and life commitments? So how do you kind of how do you manage it?
I mean, at the moment I'm looking for work, so
okay.
So that side of my life is not that busy right now. But normally what I try to do is I need to set priorities. So basically, I think a lot of things that we are doing at work is very similar that we actually could profit in our personal lives. Setting priorities, setting boundaries, to make sure that, I had enough sleep, I kept boundaries, shouldn't work too late. I mean, obviously, sometimes you have to, but other times, just make sure that you don't burn out. So being really aware of what you think is important in your life. And then setting your goals and priorities to align with that. And that would enable to, just have that direction and focus on that, and things change, and you always need to reprioritize things or change. I mean, that's how it is in working with Agile teams. Priorities can shift and things can change, but knowing why you're doing certain things and what's important for you, and sometimes it means that you need to say no to people or to situations.
Brilliant. I'm going to bring another 60 seconds question in. If you could have don't laugh.
Okay.
If you could have one power, what would it be?
One power. Oh, it's difficult to pick one.
I know, it's horrible,
It's difficult to pick one.
It's not fair, is it?
Yeah. Oh my God. Okay.
Carol, you can.
I would just want to be like forever healthy.
Oh.
Because if you're not healthy,
wow,
anything else is screwed.
Yeah. No, that's brilliant.
Yeah.
God, I love that. I really love that. Wow. Okay, so if you had a billboard for future professionals, what would it be?
I would say that everything begins with self-awareness. That's what I learned throughout all these years.
Yeah. How do you think people can bring that self-awareness? I mean, people who don't do coaching, like people who have not opted to do any kind of professional qualification, how can they have that self-awareness?
There are so many books, podcasts, so many information out there. If you're interested, for years I was just reading books and educated myself through certain platforms. I didn't have any formal training. I was just always interested in these kind of things because I was always working with people and I wanted to understand them and how they work and how I can best help them.
So what would you say, like, self-awareness, what's the value of self-awareness?
I think it just underpins everything in the life. I mean, imagine that you need to solve a conflict at work.
Mm-hmm.
And if you are not self-aware, you would act based on your current random feelings. So like managing emotions.
Mm-hmm.
Emotions come from thoughts, but your thoughts are not necessarily true. So you think something, but it might be not correct. You just think something based on your environment. Maybe that's not even your own thoughts, but you were raised by a parent and then they believed in something and you just internalized from them. That's how you call it, internalizing. And then that inner voice, the good guy and the bad guy, could be the result of your upbringing. So often when you get into conflicts or you react to something, that's just very instant. So we are often like running on autopilot and we are not even thinking about, okay, what's going on? Why did I get upset about something? And usually when you get triggered about something, that's not necessarily about someone else. That might be something that needs to do with you. So you might be frustrated about, I don't know, a slow car in front of you, and then you would be frustrated about a person in front of you in the queue or in the car, and you think it's about them, but you need to ask yourself, okay, why am I so triggered about that?
So this is brilliant. So basically, self-awareness is more, aligned to the triggered self. So not only about your likes and purpose, but it's about when you get triggered, identifying, oh, hang on, why have I got triggered? So on that kind of, that trigger could be that inner conflict. So how would you say that inner conflict is dealt with? Like how do you we all get it.
It's difficult. It's difficult. I mean, you need to take a deep breath. Before you start to get into a conflict and you just react instantly and get upset, because then you can't solve it when the emotions are there and they just overtake the whole situation. So you would need to basically take a deep breath and then just stop for a second and think about, okay, what is going on? How does it help to resolve the situation? What can I do to move forward? To not get stuck. And also, you need to be self-aware in order to talk to others and see their point of view. So often it's like, don't think about your own ego. If you will repeat what you want or your version of the reality, it won't help resolving the situation if the other person thinking about the whole thing in a very different way. So try to find a common ground, but for that you need to slow down. You need to be self-aware and recognizing, where am I? What's happening? What's the situation? Who are involved? How are they involved? Practice. Yeah, it's not like I mastered it. It's not nobody's perfect.
I don't think anyone's mastered it.
That's why sleep is important. That's why I feel like, looking after yourself is important, because then it helps you to
definitely
be okay to enter situations what are a little bit more difficult. Or even, making career choices. You need to know what you want. I mean, we never figure it out fully, we are on a journey, but in order to feel content or feel accomplished, I think it's just really good to spend a lot of time looking inwards and thinking about how I can make impact. What will I want from life? How can I achieve that? Who can I talk to who could help me, who has similar experience? So that's why I just think that everything begins with self-awareness.
Wow. No, that's so important, and such a great tool to have to be more self-aware.
Yeah.
From that point of view of making things better for yourself and others.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's been wonderful. Who would have thought that a Scrum Master, delivery manager would know all of these things and be so wise? Wow, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Orsi, for helping me to learn more about you.
Thank you so much.
It's been wonderful, thank you.
It's lovely to be here.
You're welcome, thank you. So folks, that's it for today, and I hope that you've enjoyed the episode and you find Orsi's session really valuable. I certainly have done. What a great reminder. Please may I ask you to share, subscribe to the episode, and look forward to the next one.